Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how we can make a comment. For that we are going to the green plus and add a component with the comment. I already have made a comment. I called it register because we are going to make a login system today to get more into comments and variables. The name is what you type in at the end, like I already typed in the usage, /register, password and password. We're going to use two arguments. The arguments are 0 and 1, like with the inventory index. And to get these arguments, we need to get first a block, like if statement. Then we're going to compare these two because we need two of them. So to do this, we're copying this, then we're checking for argument 0, that's this one, and the second one is 1, always -1. This would be the first argument, this is the second, so 0 and 1. So when these are equal, we're going to set a variable. So when we go to variables, we have the simple variables and we have the complex variable. So the major difference between the simple ones and the complex one are that you have an argument here which can basically do something like a group. When you have a variable called players, you could get the comment center and then the comment center is a little bit silly word. You can get more than one player in the same variable with a different argument. So for the simple ones, it's just players, you can only get one at a time. So the difference between local and global is local, you can only use it in this component. The global one, you can use it everywhere. When you set the variable in this component, you could also use it here. Example, I could go for simple global variable, just type in players and I would get the value of this variable. But I don't want to destroy this, so I'm going to change it back. So now the persistent, also complex variables are global and persistent, but it's the same as the simple ones. The global one is for every component, for the whole plugin, and the persistent variable gets saved. So after you restart your server or reload it, the variable will still be there. For this tutorial we need the complex variable because we want to save the password. So we're going to call this variable password. So the argument is the player because we want to save the password for the player. So we're going to take a comment center Next thing is we're going to copy this and paste it in here. Now when the player registers, we can check in another comment. I'm going to create it called login with the usage /login password, and then we can check the variable in here. Therefore I'm going to use a is equal, and we're going to use this, just copy it. So we get our first argument 0, and after that we are going to compare it with the variable. The variable, to get the complex variable, we need to search for complex variable. Then first thing, we had the type persistent, so that it gets saved after server reset. Then the name of the variable, password, and the argument, just comment sender, because we set the argument here. So this will return this, just the password, but it will only be saved if we have these two equal. So next thing, we're going just for testing, you can leave it, but I'm just going for to test it with send message to comment sender. Also, comment sender can be any player. In other event you could just get player for comment sender. That's just because the block is called like this, and the comment sender will be the one who gets a message. I'm going to use a string variant. Always look for variants. If you don't know what to put in here, for example, I just want a string, so I'm going to choose this variable. I'm going to copy this because it's the comment sender from the event or the component, and the message will be you are registered. So I'm going to copy this and paste it inside. You are logged in, and then I'm going to build it /register. Oh, forgot to reload. So now /register 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You are registered. When I type in the wrong password, it does nothing. I'm going to add the else statement as the next step, but we're going to look if we can log in. This doesn't work, and now you're logged in. Okay, let's go back. Else if statement to get if they aren't equal. So we're just going to indicate the boolean and send the message. Copy this again. Oh, forgot to change it. Then we can type in, I don't know, the passwords are not identical. Then I'm going to add a Boolean logic, because when we type in register again, we can just change our password and then we could log in. We don't want that. We want to check if there's already a password. So to check, we can use is equal again, then negate it, and then check for the variable. We already have it in login. You can just copy it out, paste it in here, and then compare it with null. Also, we're going to need this in this else if statement. So negate boolean. Okay. So now we can add else and maybe as a first if statement, then copy this over here, because we can check for a third argument. We don't want a third argument, so we're going to use inequality. You always need to look for other ways if something doesn't work like you thought it was intended. So we are checking now with inequality. No description provided, that's good. The inequality is checks for higher or lower numbers. With the equal sign means higher or equal, lower or equal. The left means the upper, the right the lower. When the triangle is opened to the right, this one should be bigger to pass, and reversed, this one must be bigger. So we want this number to be bigger. For that we're going to look now for all the arguments. So comment arguments is also available as a list. Then we can get the size, list size, and when it's bigger than 2 it should say wrong and the usage should come into the chat. So going to name this to you are already registered, and then we need to get a comment for reset. Just call it reset, it's just for debugging purpose. And we're going to set our complex variable. We can just get it out here and change this to null. Then we can run the build. So now we're going to reset and try to log in. Just a random password, you are registered. When we have one argument more, wrong, register, password. So we need to try now again for this one. You are registered. Okay, so for this we need to check again why does it pass if this is equal? If this is null, then we can do this. Also, with this must not be null. This must not be negated, because then it would automatically pass when it's activated. So let's build. Then can reload the server, reset. Now register 1, 2, 3, 4. You are already registered. Okay. Because we also have another one to do, and this doesn't get through, so we need to check if this is equal to null. So if it's null, we can here check for the variable. And let's fix this mess. I'm going to build it. Now reset. Variable is null. Then register 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Java-lang boolean cannot be invoked because it's null. Then we can look here. We need to change this sign. If it's lower than, lower than 2, then we get this. We know it works, so we don't need this actually. We can just copy this and paste it inside. So now again, if we do reset, still null, register, gets us this, 1, 2, 3, 4, gets us again this. When we do it this, you're already registered. Okay, so we need to fix this. Do we get an error message? No. Okay. So this would definitely pass, because if these are equal or these not, it worked before. Must be with the variable. So now to troubleshoot, we are going to make a broadcast message at the end and copy this is equal block to check if this is null or not. So now we're going to reset again and try register. You're already registered, false. So this doesn't work as expected, because we see it goes down to you are already registered, and so we need to fix it. We're checking for is equal, the complex variable for our comment center, and we're checking for null. We already set null in here, so could check for is null. Also maybe just put it in here already. We can save time by doing that. Okay, now try again. Register 1234 1234. You are registered. This still gets false, but you are registered. So this apparently works, but this doesn't. That's nice. You are already registered. Also, if we do this, or this, we get this message, but we could give this message the first. So you won't need to type in register before you can see that you're already registered. We want to see instantly if you're registered. So again, we're going to get an else if statement and copy this down here. So in the if statement we get this, paste it inside, get rid of this, else statement isn't needed anymore. So now I'm just going to use this and try to negate it, because if it's null it should go down. So we can check for is null, and yeah, let's look if this works. Then we can go to the login page. So now reset again to make it null, then register 1 2 1 2 3, then this, the passwords are not identical, 1 1, you are registered. Oops. Okay, you are already registered. Doesn't matter what we type in, you are already registered. Also, we can go for login 1 2 Okay, this. Oh, yeah. There's only one argument needed. So now where we completed the register tab, we can add an exclamation mark here. You are already registered. Maybe try try the support that you have on your server. Maybe a very strict, and if someone has lost his account, he can't play on your server anymore. Then look for any remaining broadcast messages, but this looks like it's fine. Yes. So now we can go on to login. It just says you're logged in now. So first we wanna go make an event listener so the player can't move, because unless you can't move, you can still play, right? So we make the player that is not logged in unable to move. So if statement, also I will pin it, but still searching it sometime, is equal. Then we're going to make a complex variable, a new one. Going to paste it before, then call it logged or login, just login. I'm going to make this complex variable global because we're going to set it to it. I will just go for Boolean, so this will be true when player gets logged in with the right password. Player is the comment sign, of course, and also when the player leaves. Player quit event. We're going to set the variable to fast. Let's search for player quit event. There we have it. Get player. Also we can set quit message, then no, we're going to start with the name. We're going to get name from comment sender here. This is comment sender. It was human entity once, but this again, like with other comment sender blocks, you can just use a player block and paste it inside. Also, space has logged out. So then play move event. If no, we don't need this here. This is a Boolean, and because our login variable is a Boolean, set to true if you're logged in, and if you're logged out to false. Maybe it's better to use this as join event, because the first time the player joins, it should be set to false, right? So play join event, then to play move event, get login. Also be sure that you don't get a typo or wrong. You could type in this and this wouldn't be the same as this one. It's case sensitive, so take a look at all your variables before you try to troubleshoot ours and don't find anything. So the argument is the play move event player. Then we can cancel an event. For this event we're going to look play move event, then set cancel it, and we just want a boolean set to true. Also you could just get this. But if you want to make it look better, you can also just stay with the if statement. So now if you have something where you need the play join event necessarily, you will see that there are loads of errors. It's most of the time it's only the upper one. In this case, cannot invoke boolean because the return of the boolean is null. Of the variable boolean is null. So for that you can just reconnect, then it should work or not. I mean, it works, but I shouldn't be allowed to move. You are already registered, try the support. Oh, I made a mistake. We need to negate this. So on play move event, negate boolean, and then it should work. Now just rejoin the server and you will see we can't move. We first need to log in. 11 was the password, and now again we can run around. Also, if we disconnect and reconnect to the server, we again need to log in. Also, I think I typed 11. We need to fix that. We don't want the players to write the password twice. So for that I'm just going to use inequality twice. So this one just needs to be is equal, then another if statement, if less size, also if login is true, copy it from here, login is true. We don't need the negate because we want to activate it. Here we don't want it to activate when we're logged in, but now we want to check if we're logged in, so we can just get rid of the negate, place it in here, and broadcast a message. You are already logged in. Also, if it's bigger, another cool function of Boolean logic, you can go for OR. Difference between OR and XOR is OR means it can be this one, it can be this one, it can be both ones. XOR means only one of them. So we're going to go for OR because we don't need the special XOR, and paste it in. Like this, then we need both, so we can copy this one, and then it also says that the usage is just /login password. So now we just need to get this back to the else if statements, and then we need to add another else if statement if you're not registered already. So the first one should be another one. Maybe just go for this one. So for that you're already registered. We're going to try this and negate it. No, we don't need to negate it actually. Log in. Maybe here send a title. This is when you get the big text in front of your screen. Copy the player. Please register /register password. Then this is only needed when this is null, so we're copying this. We can just copy the whole if statement. So if the player is not yet registered, this comes up, and if else he's not logged in, then please log in. For that, just one-time password /login. Then we forgot to complete this. If this, then we can say you are not registered yet. Please register by using /register. I'm rid of typing password. So just this, and then it should work. So hopefully last time we built the plugin, we have done enough troubleshooting. So now reload the server, direct connect for this one, my IP if you want to play with me, just kidding. So please log in. Okay, maybe we could fix this, but if you move, you can already see that something is coming, and then you can hold still. Please log in, because we are already registered, so we reset it. maybe we need to reconnect. No, straight goes down. So we can't just leave this. Oh, the send title is not in here. Okay, this explains something. So finally we can join the server. Please register. Okay, what should we type in? Okay, password. Strong password. Strong. The passwords are not identical. Then the usage, also the usage, then strong password. You are registered. You also need to log in. Maybe we need to do another bit of code. But first let's log in with our password and we can move. We reset it. Please register. So slash set. I wanna see if this changes when you register. Yes, okay, that's good. Okay, so if we register, we want to set the variable also to true, because you don't want to type in your password after you registered. So you are registered, paste this before, and then we have, if this works, then we have our next step in the plugin done. So reload, quit, join, please log in, reset, register 1 and you are registered. So now we have a plugin. Also we have this slime and the dead bush in our plugin. I hope you liked the tutorial. I hope it helped you. And we see you when I make the third video.